Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Balancing Act. We're so glad you joined us. I'm Julie Moran.
And I'm Olga Villaverde.
Okay, today we're continuing our Broadway Balances America series, once again, going behind the scenes of Broadway's best shows as they travel across the country.
So based on the 2005 film and inspired by a true story, Kinky Boots, right here, it tells the story of an aspiring young businessman who is forced to give up his dreams, but ultimately forms an unlikely partnership and saves the family business.
It is a fabulous journey, one that ultimately proves when you change your mind about someone, you can change your world.
And finding true happiness comes when we embrace our individuality.
Kind of love the whole theme of this show.
I'm very excited to see it. We got a lot to talk about this morning, especially Kinky Boots. The Balancing Act starts right now.
Broadway Balances America, brought to you by Broadway Across America, bringing the best of Broadway to a city near you.
We're once again heading to Broadway and beyond as our Broadway Balances America series takes us behind the scenes of some of the most beloved Broadway musicals as they travel across the country and into your local theaters.
Today, Balancing Act correspondent Amber Milt sits down with pop icon Cyndi Lauper, this is going to be good, and the talented team behind Kinky Boots, the global theatrical success that proves you can be anything you want to be.
And that sometimes the best way to fit in is to stand out.
Indeed, ladies, this Tony and Grammy award-winning musical has not only struck a chord with audiences everywhere, it's also giving back to the community, working with LGBT youth, giving them an up-close and personal look at the industry that is Broadway.
Bryce & Sons spent the last century making a range of shoes for men. We will begin this century making a range of shoes for a range of men.
It's everything a Broadway production should be: entertaining, uplifting, and inspiring.
There's the 6 steps of happiness. 1, pursue the truth. 2, learn something new. 3, accept yourself and you'll accept others too. 4, let love shine. 5, let pride be your guide. And 6, this was the kicker, you change the world when you change your mind, which you do. That's how the world changes.
I'm not my father's son. I'm not the image of what he dreamed of.
Learning acceptance is at the heart of the show, which is based on the 2005 film Kinky Boots and inspired by a true story of 2 unlikely friends who come together to save a failing family shoe business.
Both Charlie and Lola find their strength, they find their bliss unexpectedly, and they actually accomplish something. Charlie saves a factory. Lola becomes a designer. You can set a dream, and you can make it a reality.
And the show became a reality when producers Daryl Roth and Hal Luftig joined forces.
We feel very proud. We certainly feel excited about the way it's been accepted by people, not only in New York, but across the country.
We've had people come up to us, emails and mails that that they've seen the show or somebody they know saw the show, and it actually has changed their life, the way they look at the world or the way they accept somebody.
Because the story is so much about finding where you belong within your family, within your community, and yourself.
It was brought to the stage by an impressive multi-Tony Award-winning team with a book by Harvey Fierstein, direction and choreography by Jerry Mitchell, and of course, music and lyrics by Cyndi Lauper.
Well, Harvey always says, in musicals, when there are no more words, they sing. That's the whole thing about doing this whole Broadway thing. I go all over the world trying to have my music heard and feel accepted. And all I really had to do, I get all choked up, was look in my own backyard. And the people in Broadway welcomed me with open arms, and they didn't care if I was weird.
Thanks to that embrace, the production and Cyndi Lauper's True Colors Fund have joined forces to give the next generation a helping hand.
Or how does Kinky Boots incorporate that in terms of generating a new buzz with the LGBTQ community.
They don't have a voice, and they really never did. Now things are changing. Oh my God, things are changing in the world. It's so much better.
Today, students from the Hetrick Martin Institute, which provides support and programming for at-risk LGBT youth, and the True Colors Fund, which is working to end LGBT youth homelessness, have gathered as part of Kinky Boots' Raise You Up community youth program.
All anybody wants in the world is a fair shot.
The program, which takes place in New York and across the country, allows students to learn about and immerse themselves in the career opportunities within the theater industry.
It is wonderful to be part of something that I feel like is actually making a difference in the world. Be proud of yourself. You do not have to apologize.
They go to different offices that are in the theater world. You know, if they visit the advertising agency or they'll visit the producer's office, they'll work with people on stage, and they'll really get a bird's eye view of what it's like to be involved in a Broadway production. And so I think the kids come into it and they feel very special. We try to make them feel very special.
And we ask them if we can, you know, do you have a special area of interest?
Piquing their interest as they experience firsthand what goes into the making of an international smash hit.
And then in the finale, you'll see he wears this bowler hat, this is actually hair up here.
A lot of the young people are less fortunate and will never get to see something like this, will never get to think that they can afford a ticket or to even imagine. They never have a chance to know that there's something behind the scenes, that there's acting, there's singing, there's stage lighting, there's engineering.
I may be facing the impossible. I may be chasing after miracles.
The show's message resonates for everyone who participates.
To be yourself is so complicated. It's just like, be yourself. But then people have ideas of who you are and then tell you, be yourself, when they think you're doing something that's not you. And I feel like Kinky Boots is more than just be who you are, you know, it's just be.
As for the actor who becomes Lola 8 times a week on the national tour of Kinky Boots.
So are there characteristics of Lola that you feel like you identify with?
Absolutely. Lola is fabulous and brave and really fearless, you know? And I've become all of those things in playing the part over the last year.
A fabulous transition that happens for Lola once she gave in to just being herself. And can we talk about those infamous boots?
The shoes are 6-inch heels made for our feet. At the beginning of the week, they start pretty comfortable. By the end of the week, your feet are swollen. But it's so much fun just to play pretend.
Part of the original Broadway cast, Kyle says national audiences are embracing the production.
The audiences are overjoyed. I think that it is a story that is definitely needed and that people are ready for. The story of acceptance, no matter who you are and what you are. People are jumping up to their feet at the end of the show and dancing. They're laughing, they're crying. I mean, it really is inspirational, and I'm so proud to be a part of that.
Speaking of dancing, those students from the Raise You Up program even had the chance to learn some of Jerry Mitchell's fabulous choreography.
Cat eyes, swoop it up, keep moving your legs, right, left, catch that.
And that award-winning score continues to move both audiences and the actors.
Oh, sometimes you can work really hard and it doesn't happen. This time it did. And it seemed like we were doing the right thing at the right time.
Right before I started the show, I lost my father. We were working on my favorite song, Hold Me in Your Heart, and one day she walked up to me and she said, so listen, this song isn't about being strong for your father, it's about trying to be strong for your father. So the song hits really close to home.
For all involved, Kinky Boots continues to be a labor of love, a heartwarming experience.
I've met a lot of young African-American men who wanted to be Broadway actors, and they really didn't think that there was a place for them on Broadway until they saw Kinky Boots and saw me performing this part, and it said, hey, you matter, work hard and dream big.
And you see this, and you realize, wow, you know,
I'm not alone. What you realize is I'm not alone.
And there's a place that somebody can accept somebody.
It's a lot of good stuff about Kinky Boots. And a lot of glitter and glam, I like to say. So it's got it all.
It's got it all. It's everything a Broadway show should be, I think.
Yep.
Everybody sing yeah. Are you ready to say yeah? The North American tour of Kinky Boots continues, coming soon to a theater near you. Check out BroadwayBalanceSAmerica.com or go to our website, TheBalancingAct.com, for all the show information, tour dates, and more.
Thanks so much for starting your day with us. Remember to check out our BroadwayBalanceSAmerica.com to find out when Kinky Boots is coming to your city.
Can't wait. And those were some boots, weren't they?
Woo, Amber, Rocket, where are my red boots?
Where
are
God, that girl was strutting
boots?
those things. Lots more on our website, by the way, TheBalancingAct.com.
We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Until the next time, remember, find your kinky boots. All right, so long, everybody.
I can actually see you in these things.